They look at Popcat. All right, might have a bottom in here. All right, last time we talked about this area here as a very good support, and it held. Okay, if we put all of our trend lines on here, this area held up. Okay, this is where we put the line last time, and it came down and it's bounced off that area. All right, you do have a corrective structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves down here. All right, and over through here. If we count these out, if we come in on a daily, you can see these waves a lot better in here. All right, and you can count them out, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, is that a bottom? Very well could be. All right, the measured target for this fifth wave was, right about where it landed. There's your 1618 right there, right down here on this support line. And it's bouncing. Right, we're getting higher highs on the daily, and looking very, very good. All right, I think that could be a bottom. Now it's got a torque cut out for it. Right, it has to come back up, retake this trend line, get back above it, and take over this overhead trend line up through here. All right, so it does have its torque cut out for it, and the 200 moving average. All right, now as we approach this alt season, and I truly believe we're getting one every time Bitcoin runs up, right? It has a massive run up, and Bitcoin dominance runs up. We always have alt seasons. Okay, it's just been the way crypto has gone every single year, especially once Bitcoin dominance hits a certain area. It tends to go into an alt season, right? That's what we're waiting for. Waiting to see if Bitcoin gets back up through 119.5, 119.4, right in that area, right? 119.397 is your 702 of this box. Waiting to see if it gets through there. If it does, probably heading up towards about 133 to 135. If it does not, you'd be looking at an ABC. Is that the end of the bull run? And no, I don't believe so. As long as it holds this trend line here, I think it's gonna be all right. We lose that line, and I think it's over with. Okay, but the altcoins still have a run to take. We have our total 3 is all of our cryptos excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, and it's ready to break out the top of this wedge. Okay, you can see here on weekly it is right up the very top, and if we come on a monthly, and take a look at this, our target is way up here at 1.67. We have not taken out this high in 2021. Barely. We set a new all-time high with a wick through here, but just barely. All right, it is getting up there and looking for a breakout. This will be our alt season. Okay, and it's we're almost there. All right, it is right on the verge here of breaking out to that top, and we have Bitcoin dominance in the area where it once it gets in this area, I'll show you here. This is where we tend to have a massive breakdown in an alt season. Right here. All right, when it came here in 2021, right in this area, and lost this support right here, this yellow line coming through right here, this bottom one, right over here where it's at now, and it tends to break down pretty fast. All right, and that's what we're looking for here. Once it loses at 57.8, I think it's going to start running pretty fast. All right, and it's right there. All right, we're looking for that alt season to come in and for this stuff to start flying. Now, as far as Popcat goes, if we come out, the daily RSI is heading up. The weekly, take a look here at the weekly, is turning back to the upside. Nice green weekly candle to start. And the monthly, do we have a monthly on this? No, not really. All right, 12-hour. 12-hour still heading up. All right, we're, like I said, we're looking for this thing to come up here. That first target here is up at about 31 cents, and that's the 200-day moving average. All right, got to take out 31. All right, then we'll be working our way back up into here. Overall, looking for this thing to run back up into this area. Back up over $1. for a typical retracement. Just a normal retracement back up to a 618,702. All right, I know you might be saying, "Oh, BS," it's not going to get there. Watch, about $1.33 to $1.50. That's what we're looking for. That would be a normal retracement, 618,702. All right, so we're watching for, excuse me, for Popcat to possibly start making some big pushes here. It's going to have to get through all this resistance through here. Once it finally gets up above 40 cents, I think you're going to see this thing start really picking up steam. All right, but we have a nice big green candle here on a weekly, on a monthly. We also have a nice green candle starting. And if you look at this, all right, this whole thing down through here on a monthly just looks like a 1, 2, 3, starting a 3, right? Full big fourth wave pullback and a big fifth wave up, maybe something like that. That's what it's looking like to me. Looks like a 1, 2. As far as a pullback, this thing pulled back to a, let's see. Oh, you have a big wick up here. It goes up there. But it pulled right to a, 786. I hate them wicks because they can be very misleading. But you don't use that big wick on there. That could be just manipulation. 618, pulled back to it, and it's starting to bounce here. All right, so it's looking very, very good to me. I think Popcat looks great. If this runs back up to a 618 or 702, check out a level 3 membership in the description of the video, please. That is our trading group. It's $15, and there's about 160 some members in there, and you also get 10 hours of videos to teach you how to start charting. All right, on a 10x. Wow. If this runs back up to just normal retracement levels on a 10x, 384% times 10, what is that, 38x? Yeah, that's a pretty good move, right? Just on a 10x leverage. All right, so come join our trading group, man. I'm telling you, you won't regret it. And also, there's a couple links in the description of the video for trading sites. I'd appreciate it if you use them links, like Bit2Nix over here. They have a bunch of, you get a box every time you hit a certain amount of trading. Weeks is the other one. I use both of them, and I love them both a lot. I use them. This one here, I've checked in for the last 4 months every week, and I had at least 20,000 in futures volume, which that's not a lot, guys. And you get a box every 4 weeks. It goes up, like this one was 300, up to 300. But they have all kinds of nice stuff in there, so I'd appreciate it if you check that out. Popcat's looking great. The market is looking good. Let's get this alt season running, and let's make some money, guys. It's getting about that time. Thank you so very, very much for watching the video. I appreciate it more than you know. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.